Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Meditation Australia Online Summit for 2020. I believe this is the very first one. Thank you so much for choosing this session to watch. I hope you're enjoying the whole day. My name is Tim James, and I'm a teacher of meditation. And it's such an honor to be here with you. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll explore self-inquiry and how self-inquiry supports resting in the joy of simply being. And we'll stop and meditate. So we'll talk for 7 or 8 minutes about self-inquiry and then stop and meditate, simply being with what is and then inquiring from there. So self-inquiry is something that is a meditation approach that I love. It has its beginnings in early Buddhist and Hindu teachings, and yet was really clarified in the early 1900s by an Indian sage called Ramana Maharshi. And Ramana Maharshi, it's interesting to note when he first started teaching, his teachings were all in silence. So it was just silence, sitting in silence with whoever turned up. I personally love that. It's there's such a depth and power to that type of practice and teaching. Well, it's not a practice. And of course, people that came, they wanted more and they wanted to hear his teachings. And so he started to speak and teach and have discussions. And self-inquiry, for me, is something in essence that I guess came out of those discussions and those teachings. And I'm glad it did. Self-inquiry. What is self-inquiry? It's essentially inquiring into the nature of self, so of who you are, of who I am, of who we are. And as such is a fascinating exploration that perhaps most people at some stage in their lives dive into or are interested in. And yeah, so one could say that self-inquiry is based in the question, who am I? Or what does it mean when saying I? What does it mean when saying I? It's like the question, who am I, is like an invitation home. It's like we're inviting ourselves home by asking the question. And in a question like that, it's often called a direct approach to meditation, or a subjective approach, because we're looking directly at the subject that is aware of its experience. And there's many, or perhaps most meditation approaches are objective approaches to meditation, or objective techniques where an object is the focus of attention, and the object might be something like a mantra or the sensations of breath. What we're doing in self-inquiry is we're turning around and looking at who it is that is aware of my experience. So who it is that is aware of the object, whether it be the breath or the mantra. And there's a quote, well, it actually Is it specifically a quote? I'm not sure. But it certainly is to me. I was listening to a teacher called Rupert Spira the other week, and there was something he said, and what he said really, to me, is quite profound and yet so simple. And it is, whenever there's an object, there's a subject. And I love this because for me, it's like a call to inquire. Whenever there's an object, there's a subject that's aware of that. So it's kind of like this reminder to inquire. And within it as well is another aspect, and that is that when talking about object and subject, it's still relating to a duality or a two-ness. And so the call to inquire into the subject could perhaps be looked at as a further inquire into the depth of the subject, to go beyond duality, to look beyond two-ness and how all is connected. So anyway, I love that that quote from Rupert Spira. And there's another quote that really, in many ways, is a wonderful understanding of what self-inquiry is. And it's from Ramana Maharshi. And now the quote goes, gods that appear and disappear are useless. Find out what is unmoving. Find out what is always here. Gods that appear and disappear are useless. Find out what is unmoving. Find out what is always here. So that very much has the essence of self-inquiry within it, finding out what's always here, and how that inquiry, that looking, supports us to see the aliveness, the essence, the nature of self, the being that is always here, unmoving, changeless, present, aware, and to rest there. So on that note, perhaps let's meditate. And of course, with meditation, there's often a space created within meditation, and sometimes things can come up because of that space, that beautiful space that's been created. Emotion might arise, thinking mind might get even more active. This is all very natural and normal with meditation. Sometimes in meditation, there might be a sense of overwhelm or really wanting to cease meditating, and that's okay. That's absolutely okay too. And so should you feel at any stage this overwhelm, then you can simply use one of your anchors, such as bringing your attention to the sensations of breath, to the sensations of your feet on the ground, your bottom on the chair, or the surface that you're sitting on. All those connection points. It might be the sounds around you. Of course, you might even choose to open your eyes and connect with the environment around you. All beautiful, beautiful anchors. So just doing what supports you, having a glass of water, getting up, moving around, moving your body. So as a means of perhaps how to approach this meditation. There's a quote that I really resonate with from another teacher called Gangaji. Some of you may be familiar with Gangaji. He's such a beautiful teacher. And the quote is, "Need nothing and then see what happens." And this really speaks to me and speaks to the dropping away of trying, the dropping away of seeking, the dropping away of needing an outcome and even wanting an outcome. So just encourage you to, if it resonates, to perhaps bring that approach or sit with that as well in meditation. Need nothing and then see what happens. So without the trying, without the needing to get anywhere, we'll just simply be with what is and explore, inquire from there. So you might like to get yourself into a comfortable position. I might just readjust mine. Just getting into a comfortable position, taking your time, tuning into your body and how it wants to be positioned today. You might even move around a little, just allowing your body to settle, to soften, helping it to feel comfortable. And when you feel comfortable, you might like to gently close your eyes. You're welcome to keep them open, just taking a soft gaze perhaps down towards the base of the screen or down towards out in front of you. 6, 8, 10 feet. And noting what it's like to rest here with eyes closed or a soft gaze, perhaps recognizing some shapes behind your closed eyes, some colors, movement of light and dark, just being with what arises, letting the play of light, play of shapes, move and flow. And perhaps there's nothing discernible there for you. That's okay too, just noting whatever's there. And gently bringing awareness to the sounds around you. Those nearby and those far away sounds. Just being with the sounds exactly as they are. Sounds arising out of the silence, moving, flowing and disappearing back into the silence. There might be some very prominent sounds and also some very subtle sounds. Gently moving awareness now to the connection that your body's made with the surface supporting you. So feeling into the sensations where your body meets the surface, perhaps in your feet, a sense of contact or pressure. perhaps your legs, bottom, back. Just being with the sensations that are there for you. And slowly now becoming aware of the sensations of your breath. The sensations of each in-breath and out-breath. Aware of each breath in and each breath out. Perhaps there's a sense of the movement of air through your nostrils, the temperature of the air, maybe the feel of your belly rising and falling, your shoulders and chest expanding, contracting. Just resting awareness on the aspect of breath that's most prominent for you. Inviting yourself to be here, consciously present with each breath, letting all else drop away. On your next in-breath, drawing your attention inward with the breath into your body, bringing attention to how your body feels in this moment, this very moment, becoming aware of any sensations throughout your body. Perhaps it's the feel of your breath, or perhaps awareness drawn to an area of discomfort or tension. Just letting whatever you notice be exactly as it is, without needing it to be any different. Perhaps you notice areas of lightness or spaciousness within your body. Maybe a warmth or coolness. Just allowing whatever you notice to simply be. Opening to your body, to the sensations, the movement, the play. Perhaps there's a sense of emotion. Can you acknowledge that emotion is there, and then gently, with kindness, just letting any label drop away, sitting with the raw sensations without even having to understand them. Just feeling, observing, holding what's there. Holding what's there in your open, kind awareness. Allowing it to be as it is. Letting it be okay to feel however you feel in this moment. Holding what's here for you, just as you're being held in this space by the earth and the space around you. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe thoughts arise. Can you allow the thoughts to be there as they are? Can you just let the thoughts move and flow without needing them to be any different? Just holding the thoughts. And notice how thoughts arise, move, and then disappear. Yet you don't disappear with them. You remain aware, present to the next thought, perhaps to a gap between thoughts. Sensations in your body come and go, move and change, yet you don't come and go with them. You remain aware, observing the next sensation, the next thought, the next sound. Resting in that unmoving, unchanging, unlimited presence of you that's aware of all of the play of sensation, the play of thoughts, the play of sounds, the inner and outer play, holding it all at the same time in the expansiveness of you. Letting every experience come and go. Be held in you. holding everything as one, resting in the silence. Inviting yourself now to recognize how awareness is always already here, holding each experience as it arises. How each experience is already held in the vast field of awareness. You don't have to try to be aware. You're already aware. Already allowing, holding, accepting each experience as it arises in you. There's nothing to do. Just simply resting in this recognition, resting here, simply being with what is, letting the flow, the movement play out. Being the flow and the movement. Slowly and gently, just becoming aware of how your body feels. Breathing in, nourishing breaths. Being aware of the sensation of breath as it moves in and out of your body. Being aware of the connection that your body has with the surface supporting you, with the earth. Being aware of the sounds around you. And in your own time, you might like to slowly moving perhaps your shoulders, your fingers, toes. And when you're ready, slowly opening your eyes, just again connecting through your sense of sight with the space around you. Thank you, everyone, for letting me guide that meditation. Thank you for being here for this session. Hope you enjoy that, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the summit. Much love. Bye.